What is Hey Siri about? Well, I've looked up Google, looked up Dr. Google, and Mrs. Google has come back with a song called Hey Siri. And I've listened to that song, and that song has told me that Siri is very good for telling you how to make an apple pie, but not so good for telling you how to mend a broken heart. Now, the developers of Hey Siri would tell us, these are the programmers, that Siri was never designed to tell you how to mend a broken heart. It was designed to answer simple questions or follow a simple command. It was developed in the year, well, it first appeared on Apple computers, Hey Siri, in 2010. I'm sure Simon knows all about that, being an Apple fan. And it was developed in California. I know that because I've asked Hey Siri and she's told me. As I say, it appears on Apple computers. You can get it on the Apple Watch, as Simon's pointed out. It's a very complicated machine, these Apple Watches now. You get it on an iPhone or an iPad, a laptop, or a desktop. The main advantage of the Hey Siri is that you can communicate to a computer by using your voice. You don't have to type, use the keyboard. And this is very handy if you're not particularly used to good at typing, or you're visually impaired. You can just talk to your computer and it will follow the instructions. How do you use this Hey Siri? Well, what you have to do is you have to say to your computer, Hey Siri, and the computer will respond with a little icon, and it will also give a beep. And at that point, you can then ask the question that is on your mind. You can ask the computer the question. I'm going to give you an illustration of how I've used this in my life, Hey Siri. As I say, it only works on Apple computers, but there are similar applications which work on different types of computers. A couple of days ago I woke up, which I'm very grateful to do these days, and I decided I'd have some breakfast. I thought, look, I'm feeling a bit like some scrambled eggs. So I put the iPad on the bench there, and I said, Hey Siri, tell me how to make some scrambled eggs, because I'm not all that great at cooking. And Siri gave me some websites, free websites. I went to that website, and one of them, and I got the recipe for making the scrambled eggs. While I was there whipping up the milk and the eggs, I thought to myself, now what have I got on today? Rather than going to a little pad, I asked Siri, what are my tasks for today? Siri comes back, you have 50 tasks, and starts reading back the first 5. After that 5, she says very politely, and Siri is always very polite, it's a nice young lady's voice. She says, do you want me to continue reading, telling you what your tasks are? And I say quite irritably to Siri, no thanks, I don't want to hear any more. Of course, today it looks like to me another day of procrastination. So then I have my nice breakfast of scrambled eggs, and I think now's the time to go to the gym. So head off to the gym. And there at the gym, I think I need to get into that right mood for doing all that weightlifting. So I asked, Hey Siri, can you play that song by Olivia Newton-John called Let's Get Physical? And she plays the song and it gets me in the right mood for doing the gym work. After about an hour of huffing and puffing and getting quite sweaty, I think I deserve a bit of a drink. So I head off down the road and I ask Siri while I'm driving, can you take me to the nearest bottle shop? And Siri very politely directs me to the bottle shop. Now the big advantage is that even if I go the wrong way or turn down the wrong road, Siri politely tells me to go this way. Or if I'm going too slow, it's not a problem. I'm not criticised for my driving, which I sometimes find if there's a certain person sitting next to me, or that I'm going too slow. Anyway, after getting to the bottle shop, I get that nice bottle of red wine, head back home, and I put myself into a lovely, comfortable seat. Pour that pour that glass and start drinking the red wine. And I asked Siri, can you play to me some relaxing music? And before long, I'm hearing the sound of the ocean, the lapping of the ocean against the foreshore, and I'm drifting off into a lovely sleep in this comfortable chair. And as I drift off, I start to dream. I'm in the year 2050. And there's Siri sitting beside me, a computer. And we're having a sensible conversation. Siri's like an old friend. I'm telling her all my problems and she's asking me, how's your day been, Murray? And we're just chatting together like a couple of old pals. I ask her political questions about politics and we're involved in these deep conversations. And if I had any personal problems, I could ask Siri and she would help me deal with them. Because Siri has now turned in the year 2040 in my dream into almost a human-like person. And if I couldn't see that computer there, it could well be another person sitting there beside me. I then hear a bell. I wake up out of my dream. It's the phone ringing. And as I sit there reflecting on my dream, I think, well, that was fantasy. That was science fiction. It's not what Siri is today. But we all know with the evolution of computers, what's today's fantasy or science fiction, especially involved with Siri, may become tomorrow's reality.